a subject which aims to change the way students learn, think, and interact, dubbed Education for Democratic Citizens, has been revised. The revision is said to bring about a more interactive teaching style which looks to foster a level of outspokenness within students. With the global reach of big nations, school officials say the continuation of teaching Education for Democratic Citizens will allow for St. Lucian youth to have a better footing in the international arena.
Interactive, informative, and engaging. This is the idea behind the recently revised subject, Education for Democratic Citizens, or EDC for short. EDC teacher at the Ave Maria Girls Primary School, Priscilla Sylvestre, says the aim of the subject is to mold the emotional state of children to better equip them with a globally changing world.
EDC is not necessarily a new subject, but there has been revising of the curriculum to ensure that the students coming up now from schools, primary, infant, secondary, are equipped with the skills and the attitudes that will enable them to function in society and to be able to contribute as citizens. So no longer will it be looking for the I, but we are working as citizens of St. Lucia, citizens of the Caribbean, citizens of the world. We have the global society, so no longer are we focusing on just St. Lucia, but we are preparing our students to function in society as a whole.
She says the current direction observed in society and gives examples like lack of empathy, devaluing of life, and increase in crime, now more than ever shows why EDC can hold the key for change within the society.
Based on what we see in society now, we have quite a few persons not being able to control their anger. We have lots of social ills and so on. The program or the discipline will enable the students or actually put the students in real life settings and allow them to be divergent thinkers. How can I solve this problem? Is my solution better than this person's own? Maybe, maybe not, because there may be solutions based on my situation that others may deem unacceptable. But for my survival as a citizen, this is the best way out for me. So instead of telling the students what you want them to do, you are encouraging them to be divergent thinkers. You're encouraging them to be problem solvers. You're encouraging them to respect others and their opinions and the differences that exist around them, to be more tolerant of each other.
The EDC teacher has observed thus far the benefits of the program for outspoken students, but also those students who are more introverted as well can benefit.
For some of the students who are outspoken, it gives them the avenue to express how they feel, to develop an opinion, and to try to see if they can contribute to managing or solving or helping with the social ills they experience in society. For the more reserved child, it's now something where this child has to find a way to probably start expressing, because we live in a society where children are not encouraged to speak out. And this is an avenue where the children now, your voice needs to be heard. What you are saying is important. And your answer may not be right, may not necessarily be wrong, sorry. So say what you have to say. How do you feel? Your opinion counts. So for the students, I think for some of them it will take time to embrace, but for some others it allows them to open up and show their individuality.
The study of EDC looks to mold students' attitude and behavior in hopes of empowering them to exercise and defend their place in society, as well as play active roles in democratic life. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Sola Alfred.
Human beings greatly influence the climate and also the temperature of the earth. With the island recording temperatures surpassing 80 degrees Fahrenheit and a general feeling of the humidity and stagnant heat, we took a look into factors which affect climate change and ways we as individuals can play our part in reducing rising emissions.
The power outage experienced in the wee hours of the morning on 4th September brought to light the severity of the heat situation affecting the island, when many people had only realized the power was out after waking up in a drenched sweat with their fans turned off. What factors attribute to global warming, you may ask? Burning of fossil fuels, cutting down rainforests, and farming livestock are a few factors. However, in an individual's everyday life, there are also factors which give off emissions that can add to the compounded issue of global warming and climate change, some of which being sustaining a heavy meat diet, wasting electricity, and even driving alone. One concerned citizen, Barry George, says many are reluctant to admit the impact of their actions because of a lack of understanding.
I don't think we really understand the impact of global warming. Of course, we know naturally in St. Lucia is a hot place already, so we all know it's hot and of course, and it's a tropical island. But of course, it's important that we protect our natural environment, for our supply, our safety, our shade, and for our livelihood.
So what then can you do as an individual to reduce your carbon footprint and decrease emissions which amplify global warming? For starters, you can remove electronic chargers once recharge is complete, use only energy-saving CFL or LED lighting, cut back on meat consumption, carpool to work, use less hot water, and recycle more. Healing the planet is no overnight feat, but when small developing states like islands in the Caribbean become greatly affected by the effects of climate change, it shows why the changes are indeed necessary. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Solange Alfred.
You're watching the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. Tennyson Glasgow is up next with all the sporting action.